So over the past few weeks, Manchester United has been really quiet on the transfer window. We all know that Manchester United, of course, is working on things in behind the scenes, but we are not really sure the midfielders that Manchester United is going to be getting this summer, because of course we know that with Mateus Fernandes, we cannot be really sure until he wears the Manchester United shirt, because there is a lot of teams interested in Mateus Fernandes. And also, if you go over to Tchouameni, you're going to find out that the links are becoming stronger. There are reports from Athletic that Tchouameni might be sold in Real Madrid this summer. Offers might be considered for Tchouameni. So of course Manchester United of course has a chance. So in today's video, I want to talk about both Tchouameni and Mateus Fernandes, try to analyze them and how Manchester United possibly could get just one of them or both of them. So of course we know that Manchester United getting both of them is completely going to help our midfield rebuild. It is going to give us an absolutely perfect midfield rebuild. It is going to change the course of how next season is going to play out, because Manchester United needs to address a lot of position, but it is not as important as the midfield position. I feel for Manchester United, the midfield position is the most crucial position that we need to address, and we need to address them quickly because we don't have a lot of midfielders going into the preseason. So of course we need to get a lot of midfielders, but we do not know what the budget of Manchester United is in buying the remaining two midfielders, because of course we know that we already got Edison over the door and we need two more midfielders. And we know that Manchester United, with their current strategy of not signing players above a certain price, we know that they cannot be able to get Tchouameni and Mateus Fernandes together. It is either going to be Tchouameni or it is going to be Mateus Fernandes. So we are going to be choosing our preferred targets. In today's video, we are going to be choosing who Manchester United ideally should be signing from Mateus Fernandes and Tchouameni. And obviously for me, it is very hard to choose between both of them because they are different profiles. They play for different teams. They play with different caliber of players. They don't play with the same quality of players. So of course, it is very difficult to choose. But if you compare two of them head to head, you're going to find out that they have similar characteristics. They have similar properties, even despite the team they are playing for. That tells you that the two players you are about analyzing and the two players you are targeting are very, very good players. And also, if you look at their radars over the past two seasons, you're also going to find out that their strengths and weaknesses are very, very similar. And also, if you look at the heat map of Aurélien Tchouaméni, you're going to find that he's the player that plays more centrally. He knows his position. He has a fixed position. While with Mateus Fernandes, you know that he's the player that can play across various positions. Thanks for interrupting this video. I want you guys to help me to watch this video to the end as we try to achieve 4,000 watch hours in the next 90 days. I want you guys to please help me to watch this video to the end. So personally for me, I feel Aurélien Tchouaméni is one of the last good number 6 in the world currently. That is why I'm so impressed that Manchester United is interested in him, because of course we have been targeting lots of number 8 in this transfer window. Tchouaméni is only the number 6 that currently that I see in world football that can be able to explode in a few years, and getting him at Manchester United is going to be really crucial. Also with Mateus Fernandes, you have a utility player that can play in the number 10 position, the number 8 position, that can play in various positions, that is very mobile, that is brave, that is athletic, that is also going to give you all you want. But in today's video, of course, after this video, I want you guys to decide on the comment section who you're going to pick. But of course, if you're giving 80 million at the sporting director of Manchester United and you're asked to buy either Mateus Fernandes or Tchouameni, you have to put a lot into consideration, because if you want to get a player that is going to play at Manchester United currently as a midfielder, you have to get somebody that is going to complement both Bruno Fernandes or KOMBO'S, because if you're carrying out a midfield revamp, you need to get players that is going to complement the current players that you have in your squad. And in the case of this situation, of course, we have to get somebody that is going to complement both Bruno and KOMBO'S. And of course, if Manchester United is to go for Tchouameni in this case, you know that you're going to get a number 6 that is going to always sit in between the defenders, that is also going to be able to detect the play from behind, somebody that can be able to give those safe passes, because I see Aurélien Tchouaméni as somebody that is a safe passer. He's somebody that likes to retain position, and of course he's somebody like KOMBO'S that likes to play in tight spaces, combine, that also has a very good ball retention. It is going to increase the possession retention of Manchester United, because if there is anything that Manchester United has been lacking over the few years before Michael Carrick, is that we lack this ability to retain possession. We lack these technical players that is going to take responsibility, pick the ball up, try to make Manchester United to get hold of possession. And of course, getting players like Aurélien Tchouaméni that is either going to form a back three with the defenders or either going to sit just at the front of the defenders and try to dictate is going to really help us. And also with Aurélien Tchouaméni, you're going to get a player that is going to go into a lot of challenges. He's not a player that scares away from challenges. He's a renowned ball winner, is somebody that is going to go and win those balls, make those sliding tackles, run into challenges. And of course, you have somebody that Tchouameni that is going to win those balls, that is going to win those challenges. It is going to help to unleash the players that he's playing for, because of course, if he wins those challenges, if he wins those area duels, if he wins those ground duels, it is going to help Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes. Because if you look at Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes, these are players that likes to play in space. These are players that like to play with a lot of freedom up front. These are players that like to, combine, at least in the second phase of the pitch, try to move forward, try to play in those box to box rule. So if you have somebody like Tchouameni that is going to give them that safety and that room to go forward, of course it is going to be really easy for the likes of Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes to be able to be in the forefront of the pitch. And also, of course, if you're getting Mateus Fernandes, if you're spending your 80 million on Mateus Fernandes, you know that you're going to get a player that is going to be really versatile, a player that is going to be able to give those long passes, that is going to give those long top beam passes. You have a player that can be able to actively dribble, manipulate his opposition, run at the opposition, and be very, very brave on goal. So of course, if you're getting Mateus Fernandes, I see Mateus Fernandes as a number 8, because I know that Mateus Fernandes can be able to play in various positions. He can also play in the number 6 position, but I feel his best position is at the number 8 position. I feel he's somebody that can be a great box-to-box midfielder, because of course, in terms of athleticism, in terms of dribbling, in terms of marking, in terms of possession retention, Mateus Fernandes can give you that technical quality and also that physical quality. But of course, I know that some of you are going to say that we have 2 number 8 in Kobbie Mainoo and Mateus Fernandes, and who is going to be the number 6? I feel under Michael Carrick, quite more frequently we have seen that sometimes we don't know who plays the number 6 position. In some games, Kobbie Mainoo is going to drop deep to receive that ball, playing the number 6 position, while Casemiro stays more higher. And in situations, of course, you're going to see Kobbie Mainoo occupying higher positions, while Casemiro is the one that drops deep. So I feel in the case whereby we sign somebody like Mateus Fernandes, we are going to see a lot of positional rotation. There is not going to be a particular number 6 that is going to be targeted by the opposition. So of course, it gives us a little bit of variability and unpredictability, because we have players occupying various positions. And so of course, if you're having Mainoo and Mateus Fernandes, it's going to give us flexibility, and Mateus Fernandes of course is going to offer everything that Tchouameni can be able to offer. So I want you guys to give me your thoughts kindly on the comment section on the player that you want. Do you want Mateus Fernandes, or you want Aurélien Tchouaméni? I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Tactical Trafford. See you guys in my next video. Ciao.